Sorry if you hear a thing right over there. There is a dehumidifier. It's really humid in my basement here. And today I have my FN Herstal Scar L. And today I'm just going to be talking about like what attachments you should be putting on to your airsoft gun, and whether or not it's really useful, and what environments you should really have those attachments on. Now, two things that are probably the most needed, I guess, but you don't really need anything, but something that you probably want to spend some money into. It's probably a good site, like not one of these cheap $5 ones. You want to get like a good $30 one. This one I just got off a gun. Well, for example, this kind of looks like an ACOG. You just plant it right on here, and work kind of like an ACOG. Only ACOGs cost like $400 for real. And if you find like some cheap Chinese one that's like close to it, then that works too. Another one is just like kind of a reflex or holographic or coyote sight kind of, and you just mount that onto your top rail too. You can really mount it wherever you want. You can mount it on your side rail, but that doesn't make any sense. The bottom rail just doesn't really make any sense either. Now, so here we put on the reflex, because this one isn't broken unlike the other one. So this one, I'm not going to try and spend time on this. Also, one more probably needed, necessary thing on your gun for a quad rail system, or really any rail system, because you can kind of add rails to a gun. But what you would want to do is you'd want to afford a foregrip. Now, there's a lot of grips out there. There's folding grips, which can make it so it's like an angled grip and a regular one all at the same time. So it can be like this, and it can also be like this, like an angled grip. And then there's just your average angled grip, and you can get like different textures and colors and everything for that. Then there is like a metal grip that has like a flashlight attached to it, but those are really heavy, and they're usually metal, so I mean you're really not going to get anywhere. There's also ones for like snipers or something like that, with like support maybe, that have like this kind of grip, but like at the bottom, instead of like a little, like this little round thing right here, it has a bipod, and you just like press a button, bipod falls down, and you can use it as a bipod. Those are plastic, and I really wouldn't recommend those unless they're made out of metal, or the bipod's metal or something like that, because you're probably going to end up breaking it by use, or it's just going to hit something and eventually break. Because in my book, absolutely necessary items. Now, we're getting onto your environmental things, kind of. A laser would kind of be for those dark areas or those long-range shots, I guess. They want to make sure you get pinpoint accuracy, even if you're hip firing, kind of, so that you can get those nice long shots out there. So this one actually works, and I kind of find it funny because it didn't work originally. So you can kind of just mount that onto your side rail, and then kind of hook it around, and then put it around your grip, and then make it so your thumb is like perfect, and then perfect. As you might be able to see, there's a wrong side. So you might be able to see there's like a wire right here. It's a wire. That's the laser wire, or the pressure plate. You kind of just put that on there, and actually undo the wire and let it just hang, because I'm going to be taking all this stuff off. Because I kind of like just the actual just foregrip. Now, like I was saying about the foregrip though earlier, I think I said, there's like a foregrip. Let me put the gun down for a second. There's a foregrip with like flashlight, either like at the side, I think, so there's like that, or it's at the bottom. And there's usually like a pressure plate on the grip, so you can just squeeze it, and then the flashlight turns on, and then when you want it not to be on, you can turn it off. Sorry for the bright lights. Hope I don't give anybody an epileptic attack or something. But that's usually what you'd put on to a gun. But I'm I'm pretty sure that most of those are really heavy metal, and it would make your gun really top heavy or front heavy, and I don't think that's a good idea. So if you get a plastic one, which would be like kind of okay, I guess, but if it falls, it's probably going to end up cracking and eventually breaking over a long period of time. But this is just your kind of standard button. There's a button right there, if you guys can see that. Getting the light. There's a little button right there, you press that and the light turns on, as you can see. So you kind of just want to mount that, like, if I'm a left or righty, so my left hand would be at the front of the gun, like this, and I can just mount it in a spot. Easily just get my hand like that. It seems to be okay. I can just mount it like this, and then I can have my foregrip up, and then easily just light those areas up. I kind of don't like this flashlight though, because it's a blue light, so it stands out when you need it to, and it kind of flashes you in the eye when you look at it. So I mean, like many flashlights, but yeah. So this is kind of just your average, you know, like attachments. Sorry, for your like starter assault rifle, I guess. And this is kind of what I would put on mine. Knowing me though, I'm kind of your classic guy who likes that classic gun. Now, those people out there that want like a PEQ box and a rail riser and stuff like that, or extended rail or something, where it lifts the sight up so you can put something else on the front of your gun. I feel like if you put all those attachments on, over time that gun's going to get really heavy, and when you're running around the field a lot, it's going to be really, like, tiring over a long period of time. So if you put like a metal PEQ box with like a fully metal laser with like a flashlight, and then like a metal bipod thing grip over here, I feel like that would make your gun like really top heavy, so you'd need to like really like have your arm be like used a lot, whereas like plastic like flashlight, because I don't drop my guns, I feel like that wrecks it, and I don't want to do any but I don't want to do any like tests for this gun, knowing as my brother already dropped it, and so I might not be able to take out the flashlight. Using two things in one video. Alright, but as you guys might be able to see, I don't know, this blue light really doesn't help, but there is, I can't really show you, there's a little bit of white discoloring in that area because he dropped it on like the back iron sight. So there's your you know, test of how like you know, strong this gun is, I guess, and so don't drop it if you get this spring gun. Now, if you are going to get a red dot sight, like, I do recommend getting one of those things. It's like a $2 thing, and you just put it, it's like a little plastic thing that's really like plexiglass, so it doesn't break. Put it right in front of your sight. It's clear. You can't even notice it's there. I don't like the look of that, so that's why I'd get one of those round red dot sights, and I put one of those like grid type things inside the red dot sight, so that if a BB hits the red dot, it doesn't break the sight. And then, you know, depending on how much money you spend, if you buy like an EOTech for 500 to 600 bucks, you could be wasting a lot of money if you don't have that and someone just shoots it right on out. So that's why I don't recommend getting those high-tech sights unless you have some very nice protection for that sight. But I mean, other than that, you can also get those quick attach grips and sights and everything like that. You can get the one where you just like pull it down or push it down, and it's locked in there, and then you can just easily take it off. And you can also just get a quick knob over here or something like that, or over here. You just do the same thing, it comes right on off. I mean, what I originally did is I just wrapped my laser sight around my grip for the pressure plate, and I just put some electrical tape, because I usually held it like this. Now I hold it like this, so it's kind of useless to have the laser sight there. So I kind of have a laser sight in front of the grip, and I kind of just have that as like an extra, thing. Usually though, I have this rail open, just in case I take this grip off and I don't feel like having it on. And I usually never have my laser sight on anymore because, I don't know, when you have, again, take the grip. I mean, it makes, as you know though, if you've been into Airsoft for a while, you know that the gun needs to have a good look to it, and if it doesn't, it's really not a good gun, so to say. So that's why a lot of people get M4s, and then they modify them, or DMRs, or snipers like a Barrett, and then they get like a regular L96, and then they put a Barrett body on it, and then they paint it and everything. Because Airsoft is 50% look and 50% skill. I mean, really, look is all about the game. So when you have all these attachments on there, it makes you look really tactical and cool, and you could be shitty at the game and still look baller, and then you'd be thought of as a great player, I think. I've never gone airsofting before, so don't call me out on that one. Now, that is practically all the attachments that I have, and all the attachments that I would really put on here. I wouldn't really want to put a PQ box. The only thing I would really want to put on maybe like a sniper or anything would be a 3 to 24 times zoom scope, and or 9 to 14, or I don't know, but it's a zoom scope up there with maybe a if there's a rail on the side, then put a rangefinder over there. It's Airsoft, you're not going to be getting those long range shots, but I mean, it could be coming into use as time goes on. But anyways, before we go, I just have a few announcements as I take these attachments off. Now, I am getting a game recorder, and I know I've said this in practically all my videos for the past 2 weeks. I am getting a game recorder. I haven't ordered it yet because I still don't have the money to pay for the other stuff. I still need to get that money. And then, also, I have a question for you guys. So that's for the gaming channel part. And if you guys have any, recommendations for a game recorder under like $100 or 70 or 80, please put it in the comments section, and I will definitely go check it out somewhere. It's at Best Buy. I highly doubt it's gonna be under $80. So, but if you guys have any like sniper recommendations that look cool, I got one with like a JG Par 10, and for the guy, if you're watching this video, I had that gun before, or a version of it at least, and I didn't really like it. It was just kind of out of the, it was normal. A lot of people have JG Par 10s, because I watched a lot of airsofters, and they have them and everything. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really think I want to get one, but thank you for the recommendation. Not anybody else has recommended, so I want to thank you for recommending. And I just want to say that I'm looking into like a Glock looking gun. So if you have like a gun, it doesn't even need to perform like a Glock. I don't really care about that. But like a Glock 19, I found one on JK Army. I'll put the link in the description if you're looking into a Glock. I mean, that's probably good for you. I don't know though if you can get it in the US. I'm not sure. I don't want to get a Glock 19 style gun because it's like used by the police, and I think they're cool people. And if you don't really like the police, well then, look what's going on in the world. Look what's going to happen to you. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching my video. These are the attachments that I would apply to my assault rifle. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.